Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Catalyst13 here with another video. Sorry, I'm moving stuff around real quick. Alright, and today I'm going to talk about skyblocks. And what sets should you go for in the beginning of the game, in my opinion. Now, the current meta of the game is the current meta of the game. My guide may be actually useless in the next couple of months. So just know that the game changes, balance updates go out, and that certain pieces of gear may not be good in the future. Alright, so out of that way, let's begin. So you're just starting out, and you want to get some decent gear. What should I go for right away? If you go to the hub island, so the hub, if you go over here, around the back, there should be a weaponsmith over here. Alright? You want to get the undead sword. Now the reason why you want to get this sword is because this sword will be your first sword for a long time. And I recommend you buy this sword so you can farm in the mines with it. This sword does 100% damage with skeletons, withers, zombies, and zombie pigmen. It's a really good beginner sword. I recommend that you should grab it. Now the reason why you should get this sword is because all the mobs in the mines are undead. So you will be doing lots of damage with this sword, and if you enchant this sword with sharpness 5 and first strike 4, you'll be perfect. You'll be able to almost one-shot everything down there. So I recommend you get the undead sword. Now for armor, you don't want to go in there and just YOLO, right? So what you want to do for armor, right away, for armor, what I recommend you do anyways, just for the beginning, you don't have any collections unlocked, just buy the diamond armor from this dude, because it gives the most amount of defense, right? So just buy the iron armor from buy the diamond armor from this dude, and you'll be fine. You'll bet 100 defense, and with the undead sword on your channel, you're about to kill the lapis zombies about 2 hits, so you should definitely do this in the beginning. Get the diamond armor, and get the undead sword. Now, after enchanting the undead sword, with certain skills, including luck 5. By the way, you do really need to increase to unlock a sword with luck 5. Get a sword with luck 5, okay? In the beginning anyways. After you get your second sword, you don't need luck 5. It won't matter. But luck 5 helps with the next thing we're going to talk about. What gear should you get outside of the mine? So, in my ender chest, I have plenty of gear sets I'm going to talk about here. So, this set right here, called the lapis set, is a really good set to use outside of the mines. Why? Because it's not mine based, right? The full set increases the maximum health by 60. It gives you lots of health, and that would be really good. For inside the mine, only for the mine, you can farm for the miner's gear. It's not 100% worth it. In my opinion, it's not worth it. You could farm for lapis gear, get perfect stuff on it, and then go out past the mines. But if you think you're going to spend a lot of time in the mines, getting the miner gear will definitely help because it boosts up your defense only in the mines. As you can see, outside, the gear is not good. It doesn't give a lot of defense. It only gives like 15 defense. It actually gives worse defense than what the armor smith gives you. So you would only wear this miner gear set inside of the mine, okay? But the lapis gear you could wear outside of the mine. It gives decent amount of defense. Not a lot, but it gives decent amount. And it also gives you 60% health. This also helps with mining. So if you're mining for a certain type of material, this gear set will be really good. Now Caleb, how do you get this gear set? Alright, it's simple. You go to the deep caverns, right? I'm going to go to the deep caverns with my portal here. I don't have enough mana yet. Oops. Alright, so you're going to go to the lift operator, and you're going to go to the lapis quarry, right? Now, and you're going to fight these mobs over here. So you see these lapis zombies? These mobs drop the lapis gear. So you want to just keep on killing the zombies to the lapis gear, okay? And they'll drop it, and it'll drop on the ground, and then you can get the gear that way. It's the only way to get the lapis gear. Or you can buy it from the auction house if it's on the auction house, but you could get it from these lapis zombies. They drop the lapis gear. Same thing with the fierce miner. The fierce miner gear does not drop from these lapis zombies, but they actually drop from the diamond reserve instead. So these guys drop the diamond gear, the miner set over here. So yeah, that's where you get the miner set. Okay. Now you may be wondering, okay, I got the lapis gear enchanted. I got my undead sword with all these OP abilities and whatnot. Now what? What do I do now? So there's actually lots of options you could go for. So, as you can see... What the hell? Oh, is that the guide over there? 13 deliveries. I don't know what that means. Anyways, so there's... If you go to the collections tab, there's a lot of different weapons you could get your hands on, and armor you could also get your hands on. But we're going to talk about weapons first, right? So let's talk about weapons. For a second sword, there's like two weapons that usually go hand to hand. There's the aspect of the end, which I have here, or there is the golem sword right here. Now, the golem sword is technically better than the aspect sword. But for me personally, I just like the whole idea of an ender portal. It won't matter which one you choose in my opinion, but if you want more defense and more strength, obviously go for the golem sword. Because the golem sword does give that 25 defense. The problem with the golem sword is that the iron punch ability is currently broken, but when it's fixed, the golem sword would actually be 100% better than the aspect sword. But personally, I went for the aspect sword because I like the whole, like, the instant transmission stuff. And not a lot of people have this sword. Anyways, the ones you want to go for, it depends on you. Personally, in my opinion, the easier one to go is for the golem sword. Why? Because you can get iron any time in the game. The aspect of the end sword is only from ender pearls, which require you first getting ender pearls, which is really hard to craft the minions. So I had a friend craft me the minion for me, and I gave him the ender pearls to compensate for the minion. So that's why it's sometimes difficult for people to get the sword, because they cannot get the ender pearls needed. And even if you find one enderman on your home, that won't matter, because in order to unlock the recipe, you need 50 ender pearls to unlock the recipe. So you need a lot of endermen in your home. You have to get lucky in your island to get endermen in order to get this minion started and get all this stuff out. So that's why I recommend you should go for the golem sword, because it's easy for anyone to get, and it does the same amount of damage as the aspect of the end, probably a little bit more, and it gives you defense. So I recommend the golem sword. I just went for aspect because my friend's going for golem. We decided just to do 1 and 1, so it makes sense. Anyways, what armor should I go for next? For medium armor tier. So if you want to go for another set of armor while grinding for emerald armor, there's two different choices you can choose. You can choose hardened diamond, or you can choose golem armor. So out of all the sets, diamond armor is the cheapest. As you can see, diamond armor only takes about 24 enchanted diamonds, which 1 enchanted diamond equals 2.5 stacks of diamonds, right? So it's less diamonds to, I think it's about 7,000 diamonds or something, to get the hardened diamond set. Now for golem, which is better by the way than diamond, because it gives a full set bonus absorption, takes 10 enchanted iron, which is the same cost to make 1 enchanted iron. So it takes a lot more to make golem gear, but golem gear is technically better because of the health it gives you. As you can see, the defense is still pretty good at what it gives, and it also gives you some health. So what should I go for? Well, that depends. Do you want... Diamond gear for me personally is good. I'm surviving fine with what I have. Now, endgame? I don't know. We won't know yet until endgame comes out. But me personally, I have the diamond gear on, and it's doing fine for me. I'm perfectly fine the way I am. It's easier to make diamond gear, but that depends on you. If you want to do golem and not have to make slime or blaze gear, it's up to you. Personally, golem gear is the better set of gear to make. But if you want something easy, diamond gear works nonetheless. So you should go for diamond if you want something easy to get. Okay. Now let's talk about endgame armor sets. So there's like a lot of different type of armor sets you can go for. You can go for the growth armor set. As you can see, the growth armor set. You can go for the emerald set. which I have over here. You can go for the diamond. You can go for the, sorry, excuse me. You can go for the, there's other sets out there. Yeah, you can go for the magma cream set. And you can go for the blaze rod set. Which one of these should I choose? Now, if you want pure defense, the blaze boots are better. Right? The blaze gear has a lot of fucking defense. But the best armor set in the game right now, currently, is the emerald gear set. And let me explain why. The emerald gear set requires a shit ton of emeralds, by the way. You need enchanted emerald blocks for each set. So you need 24 of these. And in order to make one enchanted emerald block, you need 2.5 stacks of enchanted emeralds, which requires 2.5 stacks of emeralds to make. Right? So you need a lot of, obviously, emeralds to make the emerald gear. But it's worth it. Why? Because it's the full set bonus here. So it increases, sorry for the voice crack, increases health by +1 and defense by +1 for every 2,000 emeralds in your collection. What does this mean? So if you have, right, this at max would be scary. You need about, so if we do the math, right, if we do the calculator, to get the full output of this gear, you need 400,000 emeralds in your collection. And that will give you 200 health and 200 defense. Okay? So already, right? So if we add growth on all these, this will have 75 on each part, right? With plus whatnot. You will add a 200 health and 200 defense on top of what you have. This is why Emerald Gear is still the best set of gear in the game currently. But if you don't want this gear, I don't think Emerald Gear will be used that much until Endgame comes out. You can go for Magma Cream. Magma works perfectly fine. And that's the gear I'm going for now. It gives a good amount of HP, and it gives a good amount of defense. Not a lot of defense that I would hope so, but it gives you a lot of bonus intelligence and HP, right? So Magma is not the worst armor set. But if you want to go straight for Emerald, that's really a good idea too, because Emerald Gear is one of the best gear sets. So if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask in my Discord or my comment section. This is Casual3 out, and I'll see you guys all in another video. Thank you for watching.